series that I read this year was The Summer I Turned Pretty. The Summer I Turned Pretty series by Jenny Han. If you've watched any of my reading wrap-up videos, you know that I did have a rocky start with that series in particular. I hated the first book because I didn't really see where it was going, and honestly, looking back, I really feel like that we could have done without the first book. Even the second book wasn't one of my favorites either, but the third book tied it all together. It made the series amazing, and that series stands out to me in particular, just how deep in the lore we got with those characters. I felt so connected to Jeremiah and Belly at the end that I cried. I love the ending to that book. That's why that series, as much as I hated the first book, was one of my favorite series that I read this year. Another favorite this year, I've talked about it ever since I read it. A Man Called Ove. This book, this is the end-all be-all for the found family trope. And I didn't name that trope in my Bookish Q&A, and I wish I would have. Like, sometimes when I film these videos, I get brain farts, and then at the end, I'm like, after I've edited it and I've published it for your viewing, I think back to like, oh my gosh, I forgot to say this. Found family is definitely one of my top favorite tropes, and this book did that so well. I picked this book up on a whim off of Amazon, and I didn't really know where it was gonna go. And by the end, it was beautiful. Like, there hasn't been a found family trope book that I've read that has been as good as this one. Oh my goodness. The writing sensical, easy, relaxing read was Legends and Lattes. I know that I recently read this book, but the feeling of this story, the imagery, the writing, just picking you up and placing you in the story, was so heavy with this book, which made such a lasting impression on me. The escapism is so heavy with this book, and I love that so much. Viv and Tandri for life, for life, for life, for life, for life. I can't say enough how cozy this book was for me. Viv finding her journey, finding where she belongs. It is a little bit of a found family trope as well, because she does find the people that she's meant to be with and belongs with, and that make her feel special and heard and whole. And they build their little family around pastries and coffee, and it's so like magical and like mystical and cozy. That is why this book has stuck with me. I recommend it to literally everybody. I've told you guys so much how like I love this book, and I'm so happy that I let my guard down. And because I'm not a fantasy reader, I don't read fantasy books, but I'm just really happy that I put my guard down and listened to my gut and read this story, because it definitely stuck with me. You have to read it, please read it. Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldry. Legends and Lattes, Legends and Lattes, Legends and Lattes. After 2023 is done with, over it, all said and done, I promise that I will not bring this book up again, because I talk about this book every single chance that I get. Every single chance that I get to mention this book, I will take it. It is one of the best, the saddest love stories all in one, and you know how obsessed I am with this book. It's the first book that I read this year that got me back into reading. It opened that door for me. Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. I promise I will try my hardest when this year is done to put this book to rest, to bury it, and look back on the fond memories that this book gave me. But I promise to try not to mention it so much. Me Before You, Louisa Clark and Will stole my heart. This book altered my brain, did something to me. I don't know what it was. I love this book, and I know that I got some comments when I first mentioned this book, or sometime when I mentioned it, about it kind of being ableist or not portraying, like, because Will's in a wheelchair, and not portraying that aspect of this book in a good light. And I can't really speak on that because I'm not handicapped. I don't have any handicaps, but I really do feel like the author approached that situation, that dynamic, in such a respectful, honorable way. She gave Will the power to take his life back, even though he's paralyzed from the neck down. She gave him that power to make so much more, because the author could have taken that stereotypical route of like happily ever after, in love forever, la 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 la, like, you know, but she didn't, and it's painfully beautiful. The spin on this book, these characters forever will live inside my heart. I don't know how another book will ever touch this book for me, but this is my number one read of 2023 was Me Before You. Hands down. A really short, amazing, eye-opening book that I read this year that I didn't expect to be so impactful, or as impactful as it was, for like a deeper thinking, was Before the Coffee Gets Cold. This book gets such high praises on Book Talk, on Bookstagram, even on BookTube, and it is 1000% warranted. Anything said about this book is true. This was such a beautiful read, such a deeper thinking, eye-opening read of, you know, as much as we want to go into the past and change something, we cannot. And there's something so beautiful about this book and them getting that opportunity just to live that moment one more time, knowing that nothing they say or do will change the past. It took a lot of reflecting on this read to really kind of understand where the author was going. But once you get it, you get it, and that was the read for me. As you can see, it is such a short book. I think it is. It's less than 300 pages. It's like 213. And that's enough. The story is so heavy, but like in the best way. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of moving parts, and it was just such a good read. Such a good read. Good read. The last books that I have to talk to you about is a series. This is for all of my hopeless romantic lovers out there. This is for my smut girlies, or guys, or gays, or theys. This is for everybody. I recommend this series so much. I loved every single book from this series. It is the Twisted series by Anna Wong. I'm trying I was like, whoa, 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 wait a minute, 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 what? Okay, I see you, girl. I see you. I see you. I hear you, and I'm here for it. So not only is this series so like smutty, but it has such great plots. It's so like rich and heavy and just like delicious. It has that sexy element to it, but it also has like fantastic plots, amazing writing. Even like the King of Sin series by Anna Wong is just amazing. I don't know how she does it. She is one of the best, if not the best romance writer out there. If you're looking to get into romance, she is your girl. She is your girl. I will say though, if I did have to choose absolutely one book out of the entire series that I would say personally is my fave, my top one, because you don't have to read these books in the series, you can read these books out of the series, but if I had to recommend one, Twisted Games. There's something so magical about a princess falling in love. Bridget and Reese have my heart, my soul. I would love to see another like spin-off or some kind of, something else by Anna featuring Bridget and Reese. That is my dream. I'm manifesting that maybe for 2024, 2025. Like, we gotta let her know we need more of them. Alrighty, guys, that is it. These were some of my top favorite reads of 2023. I read a lot. I read close upwards to, I think, probably 100 books. I haven't counted yet for the year because it's the middle of December. But these definitely were reads that stuck with me, that I think about very often, and that's kind of what I used to base, this video on, is like reads that I thought about ever since I read them. So these are some of mine. I cannot wait to hear what you guys read this year. What was your favorite? What was not your favorite? So please let me know. I'll see you in my next video. Sending you love, light, peace and love, blessings, manifestations, whatever you're needing, I'm sending it to you. And I will see you in my next video. Love ya.